post-COVID situation. And whatever the reports are coming from the WHO or from the medical profession, this is going to stay for a longer period of time. So we should not say that there will be post-COVID situation. Yes, we can say that there may be a post-lockdown situations. So my presentation will be focused on divided into 7 parts. First, I will be speaking in brief about the corona outbreak and economy. Second, impact of this on economic growth. Thirdly, what impact after lockdown. Most of the things has been covered by Tajinder. Then I will be focusing on how to reboot, because the virus has attracted and affected our total economic system right from the macro level to the micro level, and we need to reboot not only from the policy makers to the industry and to the consumer and to the ground level. We have to reboot everything. So what approach is needed for that? What kind of vision is necessary? And what will be the reboot process? And what are the available reboot models which are available with us? I will be focusing on all these concepts. So as far as this corona outbreak is concerned, since December 2019, the whole world is struggling with it. And so the Indian subcontinent is also witnessing its impact from the February last to till now. So there is a complete breakdown from March 22nd, the day when Prime Minister announced the Janata curfew, and some states remained under curfew, and still in Punjab also the night curfew is yet to be there. So large segment of the population is under fear. As Tajinder has said, this has changed the psychology of the people, not from the top but to the bottom. Even customers and the consumer, as a general person, as a human being, we have started thinking that we have to change our habits, we have to change our lifestyle. This corona has taught so many lessons to us. So naturally, according to this situation, whatever lessons we are have understood during this lockdown period or during the period of this curfew while staying in our residences, it is going to change the behavior of the people, and this is going to affect our economy as a whole. If you see that, if you ask me that whether same normalcy will come again, same thing will happen again, same kind of products will be sold in the market and people's buying behavior is going to be same, that is not true. That is going to change everything. So this corona outbreak is going to affect the economy in a new way. So we must consider it as a novel way, and accordingly you must plan your. There's not going to be easy very soon. We have to work from the macro to micro level to go out of this situation. And as far as our economy is concerned, Ajay has also discussed many things. So Indian has expected to lose over rupees 32,000 crore, that is $4.5 billion every day. 53% of the businesses in the country are projected to be significantly affected. 92% of the Indian labor is in unorganized sector and has no work, and they had lost their jobs. And you can see from any part of the newspaper, media, that people are on the roads, they are going to their homes, they don't have the jobs. Even during this lockdown period, the supply chain has put under stress, and various businesses such as hotels, airlines, cutting salaries, they are cutting their salaries, laying off their employees. Many major population was working in the services sector, and all services has been shut down for the time being till we open it up. So this has affected the employment scenario in this country, which has a chain to affect the other sectors also. Thirdly, this has affected our policies and plans for the future also. Our Prime Minister was dreaming to have 5 trillion economy, which is totally washed away for the time being. Our manufacturing sector, our real estate sector, our accommodation sector, food sector, tourism sector has been severely affected. And according to an estimate, 10.5% work hours has been reduced, but which may be more because this is just an estimate. Large segment of our population, that is 25.7% in the rural areas and 13.7% in the urban segment, is living near poverty line, has been severely affected. And startup, which was the dream project of our Honorable Prime Minister, which he is working from the last 6 years, now has been finished. Many of the startups has suffered losses because they were not able to cope up during this lockdown period. So out of 130 crore population, 25 crore Manrega workers were not able to earn anything during this lockdown period. So as far as the World Bank report is concerned, when we will be coming after this lockdown period, labor supply shortage is going to be a big factor, because most of the people, I conducted a survey in the Ludhiana with the help of our Honorable Principal Dr. Dharam Singh Sandhu, on the advice of Honorable Deputy Commissioner Pradeep Agrawal ji. We interviewed 867 laborers who were migrating to their native places. We asked them various reasons why they are migrating, and the facts were astonishing, because they were living in a miserable state, because industry people has just provided them the employment, but they were not caring about and what kind of living conditions they were living. So poor living conditions was a major factor that during this period, when they were not having any reason to earn bread and butter, they were forced to move to the roads and go to their houses and plan to their journey to their respective places during this period. So when I asked them, 15.5% people says that they will not return to Punjab, which is a very, very major percentage. Even 15.5% if the people do not return, because Punjabi people, though they are very hardworking, but they are not ready to work in the industry, because they are either leaving the Punjab to the other places in the world or having their own kind of jobs, but they are not industry worker. They are not ready to work as an unorganized worker in the industry. So even 26% of the people says that we will return only when such kind of pandemic situations will not occur. That means they have a fear in mind. So 26% of the people says that their employer has no concern for them during this lockdown period, and even they don't pay their salaries also. Even though the more than 60% people says that they were satisfied from their employers, but they were just giving them bread and butter, nothing else. So this is going to have a major impact on our economy of Punjab, because if the labor do not return back, and if they are no mood to return back, it will pose a major crisis in the industry as well as the agricultural sector. And I have interaction with the many industry people daily, because in the locality in which I am living, they meet us daily and discuss their issues, and they are saying that if the labor is not coming back, then we are going to shut down these industrial units, which are very, very small, because even banks are just postponed their interest coverage. They are not waived their interest coverage. So therefore, it is going to be a threat to the industry people, which we must take care of. Otherwise, we are going to have a bad consequences for that. So as far as the trade cost is going to concern, that is also going to increase, because the fixed cost they have to bear, after all, they have to cover it after the lockdown period. So post-lockdown period will be having a great consequences, as Tajinder has suggested that people will cut down their expenditure, and according to the various reports, it has been established that at least people will have, even UNICEF and UN studies are showing that after this lockdown period, people are going to have 60% cut down in their expenditure, which is going to severely affect every sector of the economy. And the 40% amount which they are going to spend, they will be spending in the daily need, that is the grocery and FMCG sector, which is a major shift expected in the buying behavior of the customers. So this is going to affect, if they are not going to spend 60% of their income, which earlier they were spending on it, this is going to affect the every sector of economy. And according to our estimates in Ludhiana alone, but the survey we conducted, the result shows that if the migrant people are not coming back very soon, every month, the Ludhiana economy is going to have a loss of 380 crore rupees every month. So the things will multiply with the months when till they come back. So next sector is a tourism industry, which is going to be finished for the time being. Nobody is moving out. our states like Himachal Pradesh and northeastern states, which is totally based on the tourism. And in Punjab also there are certain cities like Amritsar which are based on the religious tourism. So if the people are not coming to offer their prayers and use this time for coming into the Punjab, this is going to affect very major shift in the industry consequences. So the severely affected industry sector which are there is the financial services sector, auto sector, information technology sector, foreign direct investment, mutual funds, cement and crude oil. These are the various major affected industries. So I will not be deliberating much upon that. I will be focusing on how to reboot the economy much. Here, before going further, I just remind the Ratan Tata statement. He has given a very beautiful line that the year 2020 is not a year of profits, but sacrifices and saving life on the earth. Our businesses, our policy makers in the business, our business leaders must ponder upon this statement, because only earning profits will not be able to survive on this earth. So we must remember that sacrifices and sacrificing saving lives on earth. So we have to parameters to observe the economic growth need to be redefined. Now we will not be defining the economic growth parameters only in the terms of the growth in the GDP, but in terms of happiness and health index of the citizens. So if we are even growing 4% or 5%, and but our people are happy and healthy, then we must say that we are growing. So growth parameters need to be redefined in terms of Ratan Tata statements. So in the growth parameters need to be redefined in terms of social security of the population, in terms of the quality of its human resources, in terms of quality of immunity of the population. We have to think about all these things. Only on the basis of the percentage growth in the GDP is not going to serve any purpose in the future now. So we must think some other parameters which define the economic growth or the total growth of the economy. Our industry leaders to redesign their growth strategy. If they want to reboot, they must share the profits with the customers and other stakeholders. So it has been observed in the micro level, in the various grocery shops, while observing this, that people has utilized this opportunity to garner more profit, which is very shameful. We conducted a small survey that whether the people are getting the things in the FMCG sector on the same rates which were earlier getting before the lockdown period. The people says that most of the people are charging the print price from the products. Earlier they were giving some kind of discounts and offerings. So this is not a right attitude. We have to, industrial leaders must redefine and redesign their strategies. They must share the profits with the customers and other stakeholders. We have to become an honest, because the governments are crying very heavily that we don't have the funds. Our GST collection is going to be low. Our income tax collection is going to be low. We have to become the people who are sitting inside. Producing environmentally safe products and services is the need of the hour. So because we have not cared during this period, from the last 10 or 15 years, we have enjoyed the environmental, but we have not cared the environmental. So we must produce environmentally safe products and services. We must design the new pricing system, which is efficient pricing, which suits all the stakeholders. As our Prime Minister has even said that we have to be vocal for the local. So here doesn't mean that only we are using the local products and promoting local products. We must use the indigenous technology. The import bill of Ludhiana industry, which is in the format of buying technology and machinery from the other states, is very heavy. Now all people, it was even agreed in the roundtable conference with the industries of Ludhiana that they must now find out the new technology, which is indigenous technology. So giving importance to the local MSME sector, exploring the possibility of using local raw material, these all strategies need to be part of rebooting the industry in future. So now choice is between dying with the virus and dying with the starvation. This lockdown cannot continue for a longer period of time, because the states even can't help to keep it locked down for a longer period of time, because the economies will not survive. So if the lockdown continue, the people will die with the starvation. If the lockdown is open, then people will die with coronavirus. Now we have to analyze this situation. Here, the Narayan Murthy's statement is very, very important. He said that India must accept the coronavirus as a new normal. Otherwise, if lockdown continue, hunger may kill more people than COVID-19. So the choice is between us. We have to design the strategies and reboot the economy in such a way that even if the lockdown is open, we are safe, we are doing the business in a like normal situation, and there is a totally the reduction in the death rate because of this coronavirus. A scientific approach is needed from various angles, because if we say that we have to strengthen Make in India initiative, so it should not be a slogan only. Our commercialization of indigenous technology is required. Our development of technology-driven public distribution system needs to be settled. Efficient rural healthcare delivery needs to be redefined, and there must be a drastic reduction of imports. So adoption of emerging technology domains like artificial intelligence. We are thinking that we are just very soon we are reaching to the moon, but on the various sectors, our preparedness are not very sufficient. So we have to look after both demand and supply challenges scientifically. Otherwise, we will not be able to survive in future. Self-reliant supply chain needs to be developed, as our Prime Minister has focused that there must be self-reliance villages. It doesn't mean that only the villagers which are living around, they need to redefine themselves. Our economic, all sectors of the economy must help to the villagers to become self-reliant. We must reach out the population in such a way that they must be taught with the technology. Small units must be established there. Their needs to be fulfilled there, and then their employment must be provided to at their village level, equipping them with the various kind of facilities which are needed to have industrial units there, small industrial or MSME units there. So our brand equity need to be redefined. Every citizen has to become a brand ambassador for the local made products and services. And this is the need of the environment. When some people say that it is a propagation of the Swadeshi movement, so Swadeshi movement is nothing bad if it gives employment to the people, if it uses the local products and services and provide employment to our people instead of sending profit repatriation to the other countries. So Indian made brands need to be given more importance. Our demand patterns need to be changed. For that, our lifestyles needs to be reoriented. We have so many lessons from this COVID situation, and during this COVID situation or COVID period or lockdown period, it was a Pathshala of the God which has given you so many lessons. So I think the lessons which we have learned during this period must be now materialized when this lockdown period is over. So we need to prioritize we must have priorities needed to be redefined from individual to government. So our governments need to be redefining their own strategies. There are many various sectors which has been ignored during this period. Even our educational institution, which is a great service to the nation, that has been locked down. Our educational institutions are not working. But if we look at the various other countries, tomorrow we will be having a session with the University of Toronto on the PCMA platform, that how can we go from the traditional mode of classroom teaching to the virtual mode of classroom teaching. That is going to be very useful session, because our preparedness were not there. Many people says that immediately this lockdown came and our educational institutions were not ready to provide the services like online teaching to our students. But because this preparedness must have been started 5 years back, we are lacking in this. I hats off to Tajinder that they have initiated MOOC courses, and such kind of initiative must have been done earlier also. And this kind of situations must not have occurred like this. So priorities need to be redefined from individual to the governments. So we must have to become our own brand. So we should not look for the other things which are happening in the other part of the countries, though we must understand them and adopt their technologies also, but our brand should be given stronger positions. So a new kind of development of vision is required at all levels. So synergetic rethinking is required at all levels, right from the top to bottom. An honest and visionary approach to develop a new India is required. A broad plan to deal with corona type exigencies need to be developed. This is the need of the hour. Now let's come to the rebooting. How can we reboot our economy? How can we reboot our economic system or the system at the individual level? So first of all, we must work on preventing another COVID-19 outbreak, because the situations were created by us. The nature was asking you, saying you so many times, please stop, do something for the saving of environment, but we don't care about it. So this will be a critical for any country or the business. A new wave of COVID-19 will be very hard to recover from. So we should start preparing detailed COVID-19 guidelines and make it a mandatory compliance for companies post lockdowns. So businesses should put in extra efforts to ensure their factories are COVID-19 compliant. I have an observation from the Ludhiana industry, particularly from the MSME sector. But we observe that in one 10 by 10 room, 10 to 15 people are working. How can they ensure social distancing? Factories are working in 2 rooms only and doing a mass production at the MSME sector, even in the hosiery industry. How will you ensure the social distancing, and how will you protect this need a rebooting, total rebooting? We have to identify the units which are just opened in 1 or 2 rooms where 10 to 15 workers are working in a small place. That needs to be reoriented and has to be shut down for the time being, because we have to save our population. The rebooting is necessary from the employees and employers both point of view. If we will not do it, this is going to be very, very geo paradise for all of us. So we have to convert the crisis into opportunities. The world has never witnessed such kind of situation. This is an unprecedented situation, and we are all locked and working from home. Ajay said that, Ajay and Tajinder both said that working from home is a work compulsion because of the lockdown situation. We must have analyzed this situation earlier also. We must have identified certain industries where only working from home is possible. As we have learned, Tajinder may agree with me that teaching can be effectively work from home through the online mode. Even we can go for 50% teaching on online mode with a more effective manner as we were doing earlier. So because we will be preparing for all that, and we are understand that how to convert the crisis into opportunity. Same the industry has to think it about. So we have to convert this crisis into opportunities. Every crisis has new opportunities in the carpet, and this crisis has given so many opportunities to us. So why should we waste this time? We have to utilize these opportunities for the benefit of humanity. We have to invest in ourselves and find a new ways. Most important thing is we do not invest in ourselves. Investing in ourselves means sharpening your skills, finding out new opportunities for you, and making yourself available for that opportunity. So we must, most of the things, but I am observing even labor workers, our foremen, our managers, our teachers, they just want that they should get a job, and whatever is prescribed, they should do it and go back to their homes after earning their salaries, but they don't invest in themselves. So look at the major part of the world. They are investing so much on themselves. They are investing so much in the human resources so that they can convert the crisis into the opportunities. So there are certain post-lockdown challenges also. So another looming issue post-lockdown will be lack of workforce or manpower. We have already discussed it in detail. And companies will be now ending up at very low capacity. This is a very important issue. As I have talked about that most of the industries in Ludhiana are working under 10% capacity. Some are working under 20% capacity. Their fixed costs are there. So this will require business to take up substantial measures for the worker safety. One of the questions which I asked to the workers regarding whether they will come back, the 26% says we will come back when this corona period is over or when the vaccine for that is available, because they say that our safety is at stake, because they don't have the pakka houses or the shelters to stay away. They cannot maintain social distancing. So the industry must work on these benefits like housing near the place of work, so that they can live happily with good working conditions. So businesses will also require to think out of the box and establishes processes to employ available workforce efficiently. So multiple shifts has to be there, as Ajay has suggested, that as an available workforce cannot work together due to COVID guidelines, providing other benefits to worker utilizing their available capacity of the units. Otherwise, our units will not be able to work properly in their full capacity, and their cost is going to be very hard. So there is an unprecedented and unanticipated demand now, as Tajinder has said, that this pandemic has impacted the supply chain across the globe, and it will be very difficult for the businesses to accept essential goods. To predict from where and what level of demand will come, business should activate scenario planning teams. These teams will help to cover multiple demand scenarios and plan solutions accordingly, managing other stakeholders like vendors to ensure supplies. So there is going to be a liquidity crunch in the future. Businesses have started facing massive working capital cash flow issues due to lockdown. So they will continue even post that, because of the reduced demands. MSMEs and startups are worst hits. So the government, though the government has started many steps via SIDBI and other schemes to help MSMEs, and even 2 lakh crores package has been 20 lakh crores package has been announced by the government, but still we need to do more. The ground realities are different as the announced policies. To help these small businesses, government can also procure MSEs and startups, thus helping them to sustain. Our supply chain need to be redefined. Our lockdown is lifted once. Most crucial thing is to make sure that we are on the path of exponential growth, so that our physical supply chain operates seamlessly without any obstruction. As a country, we would have to define clear guidelines for the movement of goods. States, businesses, and industry bodies would need to work together in making this happen. When we organized this roundtable conference, there was an agreement that all the three factors like industry, academia, and the bureaucracy will work together, and they have planned various committees to prepare the policies locally at Ludhiana. My dear friends, nothing will come out positively if we disconnect with the universe. We have to connect with the universe. We are not the masters of the universe. Industry people must understand that if they are using the universe to have good production and good profits, they should change their attitude with regard to the universe. We have to take care of each and every segment of this universe. We cannot live by ignoring the environmental factors. So there are three models which I am going to discuss here to reboot this COVID situation. The first model is the full reboot model. The government, until the new COVID-19 cases are at zero, and then restart social and economic activity with minimum restrictive measures, but with limited international level. This is the first option. And this strategy requires a set of conditions that may not be feasible for most of the countries, including tight border control, having volume of testing and contact tracing, and the ability to enforce an initially lengthy lockdown period. The second approach is allows the widespread restarting of social and economic activities, but continued strict isolation for vulnerable populations such as the elderly. Such an approach may not be feasible in many countries given the large number of people who would need to remain in isolation, because our country's situation is like this, and until vaccine or cure is available. So however, it may be a right strategy for restarting activity in the near term for a low income countries that are unable to rapidly build up healthcare and testing capacities without international assistance. Third approach is which is likely to be the most widely adopted. Under this graduated model, the government lift restriction in a deliberate, phased, and incremental manner based on the progression of the disease and the readiness for the public health system and the preparedness of the public. And this approach is in varying stages of introduction around the world, and in India also, with the Asian countries and Europe, we are leading this way. So, my dear friends, we have to prepare a standard operating procedure for the all sectors of the economy, whether it is industry or education or the government sector. So the effort should be from the micro to macro level. Only announcement of the policies by the state government or the national government is not sufficient. Every individual of this country has to prepare a SOP, standard operating procedure, for themselves, work according to that. Many corona will come, but if our will is there, if our strength is there, if we are ready to face any kind of exigencies with discipline and with SOP, nothing is going to be bad. The results will be very much positive. So thank you very much, Sunil, for giving me the opportunity to interact with the students. If any questions will be there, I'd love to answer all these. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent presentation. You have beautifully explained the impact of lockdown, maybe on the changing behavior of the people, maybe on the employment scenario, maybe on the startups, or maybe on the spending habit, as well as on the tourism industry. You have given a new thing to us, that is invest in ourselves. And you have beautifully explained that become your own brand. So if I say that Dr. Ashwini Ballaji is a brand, so I will not be wrong when I say that Dr. Ashwini Ballaji will be a brand. And you have, sir, beautifully explained the various models for rebooting the economy. That may be full rebooting model or the graduated model of rebooting. So very informative, excellent presentation, sir. And for this, I thank you very much from the core of my heart to you, sir. Now the platform is open for all the participants for the question answer sessions. If any participant have any query or any question, they can ask to the resource persons.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have a question. Like, lockdown has left an enormous amount of people with no jobs, whether it be trade, industry, or any other areas. And it's also a major cause behind the slowdown of Indian economy. I just want to ask, how much time will it take for India to reboot its economy, and what measures would be taken to grapple the problem of increasing unemployment?
So, Rosie Sharma, are you speaking, Rosie Sharma?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yes. So you have raised a very pertinent question: how much time it will take to reboot the economy, and how much time it will take that will get their jobs back. This depends upon our preparedness, because the kind of environment the COVID has created for all of us, that we are not sure that when the vaccine will be available, and because until and unless we change our behavior, because this coronavirus started from the Wuhan in China and then spread over in the world, and still they have not changed their eating behavior, and still they are behaving like same. So how we prepared ourselves? Because when the Prime Minister announced the Janta curfew on the 22nd of March, it was expected from the public that they will behave properly, but their behavior was not good. Even when the lockdown was over and curfews were lifted, the people rushed to the markets in an unsensible manner without caring about the social distancing. So unless and until every part of the citizen, every part of the this country do not understand that we have to live with corona, and for living with corona we have to follow certain guidelines. I am today, in the morning I was having a walk, many people I see that they were not even wearing the mask, they were not even following the social distancing, they were shaking their hands. So it means we are not prepared for that. So the time lag which we will be following for our preparedness will tell us how the things will become normal. Secondly, how the jobs will come back to their laborers. Even when I ask the labor people, migrant people, 67% were personally reviewed by our students, teachers, and so many force. They say that if the industry of Ludhiana has must cared us, even if they provided us bread and butter fully, caring them like your sons and daughters, they would not have thought of going back because they are working from the last 10 to 15 years there. They have thought that Ludhiana is their motherland now. But when we don't care, how the things will come normal. So it is right from the government level to the individual level, which the reason for which is this panic has been created. One was pandemic situation, second was panic situation, which we were answerable for that. So the earlier we think about it, earlier we change our pattern, earlier we change our behavior, the things will become normal. The confidence building layers are required from the government level, from the industry level for the workers, so that they can come back. They want to come back. They were weeping when they were leaving Ludhiana. I have seen them, so many people with the heavy heart, they were leaving Ludhiana. So I cannot express you their feelings. So it is us, we were responsible for that. But I hope the people will understand it. They will come back. Industry will become normal, as Tajinder has suggested, as our friend Ajay has suggested. The things will become normal. We have to learn this from this period, and till we become disciplined and we started living with the corona, the things will become normal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, actually, I want to ask, as we know that RBI decided to transfer nearly 1.76 trillion rupees to Indian government. So how will it affect the Indian economy? Like, is it like in a positive way, or is it will affect or it will not affect, sir?
Dekho, RBI is always a helping hand to the government whenever there is a crisis. You must be knowing that our GST collection is very low these days. It is going to have our income tax collection also for the next assessment year. So RBI is an instrumental which provides loans to the government and financial assistance to the government. So as you said that how it is going to have, naturally, if 1.56 thousand crore rupees has been insulated in the economy, immediately there will be money in the hands of the people. But I think whatever my estimates are concerned, because people are going to limit their demands, they will not rush for the wastage of the money. The government, it will improve the certain things, but this is a temporary measure. So getting assistance from the RBI, pouring in money without having any earning it, so that is not always good for the economy. So government must take care of the other measures also to cure this menace of getting more and more money without earning it from the RBI. One important issue where I wish to discuss it here, that most of the people are saying that the interest which the banks are from the industry, they have waived off. That is not waived off. That is just a postponement of the loans. So whenever the things will be normal, they have to repay the interest as well as the loans. But the RBI cannot direct the banks to waive it out. They can say it only to postpone it, and it is not obligatory on the banks. They may or they may not consider it. So
Right.
your question is valid. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Professor Kaushal.
Sir, I am Dr. Kaushal.
Ji.
My question is that you can explain in one slide that there is a problem of migrant labor and in agriculture and industrial sector. That is very true. But my question is that in a few days back, there is a lifting and harvesting of crop in our areas in our Punjab, and our CM saying that there is no problem in harvesting and lifting of that crops we have, and this is true, and we have finished our work before time. Actually, this is the reality. So how we can justify this?
You must be observing that most of the harvesting is now done with the machines. And
But sir, there is a problem of migrant labor.
my survey says that only 10% of the migrant labor include agricultural workers. As far as agricultural workers are concerned, they are not migrating much. I have also reports which the farmers has done in their villages. ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਰਕਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਤਾਂ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਪਾਲ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ
ਜੀ ਜੀ
ਇਸ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰਲ ਵਰਕਰ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇੱਥੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ 2-4 ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਵਰਤ ਲਵਾਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲੀ। ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੱਝਾਂ ਪਾਲਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਧ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੁੱਧ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘਰੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਉਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਸੀ। ਔਰ ਹੈਟਸ ਆਫ ਟੂ ਦ ਫਾਰਮਰਸ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਈਵਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੈਲੀਫੋਨ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦੇਣ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸੇਫ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰਲ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਇਹਦਾ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਝੋਨੇ ਦੀ ਬਿਜਾਈ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵਰਕਰਸ ਦੀ ਘਾਟ ਪਏਗੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਸ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਰਕ ਫੋਰਸ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਯੂਪੀ ਬਿਹਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ। they were coming from Bihar and UP, but now they will come. So ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਖੇਤੀ ਕਰਨ ਚ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਨੇ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਖੇਤੀ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ। ਇਹਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਏਗਾ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਸਲ ਕੱਟੀ ਗਈ ਸੰਭਾਲੀ ਗਈ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਹਦਾ ਅਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ, ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਫਸਲ ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਏਗਾ।
जी सर, पर बट सर सीएम साहब ने तो अभी कहा है थोड़े दिन पहले।
देखो जी, राजनीतिक पर्सनस ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਰਿਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸਾਡੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਸੀਐਮ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੱਥ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਆਧਾਰ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਬਟ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਰਿਸਰਚਰ ਜਾਂ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਪਰਸਨ ਫਰਮ ਦਾ ਅਕੈਡਮੀਆ what kind of surveys we are conducting, ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ I'm explaining.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, thank you very much, thank you so much.
Yes, any more questions from Dr. Ashwini Bhallaji and from Dr. Tajinder Pal Singh ji? Sir, I have to ask 2 things. First from Dr. Tajinder Pal Singh ji and then from Dr. Ashwini. Now, first from Dr. Tajinder Pal Singh ji. Dr. Tajinder Pal ji, what I have personally observed that there is a boom of online courses on the online platform. That may be degree courses, that may be certificate courses, and what we feel that no doubt there are a lot of online courses are running there, but there is a problem of infrastructure. That maybe the infrastructure problem may be concerned with the connectivity. The problem may be relating to the reliability and faith of those online courses. So what you will say about these online courses and the reliability and faith of these courses, Dr. Tajinder Pal ji?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for asking very relevant question and which is very close to me. Actually, you see, we are today seeing that so many webinar, workshop, and so many things are happening in the online platform as far as our education is concerned. But yes, we have to be very particular when we are selecting any course or we are selecting any workshop or any webinar, because I have noticed that few of the workshops which were conducted recently, these workshops were just conducted to increase their YouTube views, or you can say their YouTube subscription. That was the sole purpose of the website, and really to have a skill development, that part was missing. But if you say that, okay, when it comes to the, you can say, the quality of the course or whether the courses are reliable or not. So if personally you ask me, then in India, if we want to use any online course in our formal education, for example, in our university system or in our college system, there is only one platform available, and that platform is the SWAYAM platform, which is from the MHRD's platform, and sponsored or associated by the UGC and other national coordinators. So I think from if I need a authentic certificate or reliability of the course, then definitely I will prefer to go with the SWAM platform. But this the limitation of SWAM platform is there that as of now, not so many courses are available. So we did recently the course mapping. It was only from our university. There were only you can say simply 10 to 20% courses were there which were available online only. So the first preference I will suggest you that we should look for the SWAM there. But another thing that there are different platforms like Coursera is there, Academy is there, Udacity is there, which are having big brands are there, and we can also go for such type of courses. And another important thing which I would like to say about these courses, so we should not think from, as far as these courses are concerned, from the certificate point of view. These courses are meant for the skill development. If let us say I'm able to develop my digital marketing skills by going any online courses, then the certificate doesn't matter for me. My skills matters more there. So I think in every platform there is an audit or a trial version of their courses. We can just look at the first few modules and then we can just decide will it be a relevant course for me or not, and then we can decide upon this one. But definitely, if any online course is acceptable in India as of now, that course is from the SWAM only. Not even Coursera, edX. These courses are not acceptable in our universities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, my question is to Dr. Ashwini Balaji. So, Dr. Ashwini Balaji, you have elaborated various models to reboot the economy and to recover from this crisis. So, what do you feel that which model will be the best suited model for a country like India?
Very good question. I think I explained in my presentation also the third model which I discussed with you. We have to open everything in a phased manner, because but for that we have to change our habits also, because the malls, the restaurants, marriage palaces where large number of collection of the people is there, that needs to be avoided. And if I think the government is working in the right manner, we have first phase, second phase, third phase and fourth phase, and in every phase we have relaxation some given to the public, and we try to open up their economy. That's why the number of deaths reported in India are very lesser than any part of the world. So the government is working on the third model, because we cannot go that we should start immediately working on the first model, that we must wait that the vaccine is there. For that purpose, you must understand that people will die with the starvation. So government is going in the right direction, but the certain problems were there while implementation, because our implementing agencies were not geared up for that. That's why people were on the roads migrating to the one place to the another place. People were locked down in as if when we announced the lockdown, like Kashmir, we did it. We taught the people, if the Prime Minister has announced on 22nd of March that after a week or after 3-4 days we are going to have a lockdown situation. So if you wish to migrate from one place to another place and settle down in a week, people must have settled down and everything becomes normal. So certain issues were there, because their advisors may not have given such kind of advice that time, because it may have become exigencies at that time that we have to adopt this kind of situation. So the last model is most appropriate. We are going according to that model.
Thank you very much, sir. Any more question?
Hello. Hello, good afternoon, sir. This is Dr. Anu Bajaj from DCDAV College. So my question is to Dr. Ashwini Bhala. Sir, I want to ask a question about the migrant labor. If the problem of migrant labor persists in future, then what is its solution for the next cropping session?
Yes, we must be hopeful enough that this problem should not persist, because as we discussed that in the roundtable conference with the industry, academia and bureaucracy, they have chalked out a detailed plan to have a confidence building measures, and even they are approaching to these laborer person, offering them the facilities in Ludhiana. They are geared up. District administration is also geared up. So I hope they will come back. So very soon the people will come back, because they were having homesickness. They were far away from their families in such COVID-like of situation. Everybody want to. Secondly, the government gives some free ship to these people, that they can travel free. They will be providing this facility. So everybody think that we should go. But as I suggest, but my survey says that only 15.5% of the people says that they will not come here. But that was too in anger. That was too in anger. So when their anger will come down, they will come back. I'm hopeful with the interaction with the industry that we should not think that they will not come back. And second is, industry is also rebooting to train our Punjabi people so that they can work in the industry also. Now they have understood that they should not depend totally on the migrant laborers. They are also preparing the local laborers also. They are now ready to pay even the more salary to them if they would like to work, because you can depend upon them. So the situation will become normal. There is no issue that it will not become normal.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Sunil ji. I want to ask one question to Palla ji.
Anju Naveen ji, welcome.
पल्ला जी बहुत ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਤੋਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੋਕਸ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਲੇਬਰ ਤੇ ਕਿ ਲੇਬਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਚਲੀ ਗਈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ
ਜੀ ਜੀ
ਲੈਟ ਅਸ ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਕਿ ਲੇਬਰ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਕੀਪਿੰਗ ਇਨ ਵਿਊ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ 5 ਤੋਂ 7 ਕੁਆਟਰ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਥੱਲੇ ਹੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਰੋਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਡਿਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਲੇਬਰ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਚਲੀ ਗਈ ਜੇ ਲੇਬਰ ਵਾਪਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਲੀ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਬਣੂਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਆਰਬੀਆਈ ਨੇ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਰਬੀਆਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਪੋ ਰੇਟ ਘਟਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਰੈਪੋ ਰੇਟ ਘਟਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ ਰੇਟ ਆਫ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਘਟ ਗਏ ਪਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਨਕਮ ਹੀ ਸੇਵਿੰਗ ਬੈਂਕ ਦੇ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਜਾਂ ਐਫਡੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਤੇ ਨੇ ਬੇਸਡ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਘਟ ਜੂਗੀ ਪਲੱਸ ਅੱਜ ਆਰਬੀਆਈ ਨੇ ਆਰਬੀਆਈ ਬੌਂਡ ਵੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੋ ਡਬਲ ਵੈਮੀ ਜਿਹਾ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੋਕਸ ਤੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਲੇਬਰ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਤੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਡਾਊਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਸਾਈਡ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਵਧੂਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਔਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਤੇਜਿੰਦਰ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਐਸਪੈਕਟ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਪੋਸਟ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਮੈਂ ਫੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਾਂਗਾ ਇਸ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਔਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਵਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੋਸਟਪੋਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਵੀਂ ਕਾਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਡਿਸਾਈਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਕਾਰ ਹੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਾਰ ਅੰਦਰ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਦਾ ਪਰਪਸ ਇਜ਼ ਸਰਵਡ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲਗਜ਼ਰੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਮਿਡਲ ਕਲਾਸ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਸੀ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਨਾਟ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਇਟ ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੁਣ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਜੀਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਏ ਸੌਰੀ ਰਤਨ ਟਾਟਾ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਏ ਟਾਈਮ ਟੂ ਥਿੰਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟਸ ਓਨਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਥੱਲੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਤਾਂ ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਥੱਲੇ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਦੇ ਮਾਇਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਰੀਡਿਫਾਈਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ ਅਗਰ 3% ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਖੁਸ਼ ਨੇ ਹੈਲਦੀ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਣਾ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਸਰਵਾਈਵਿੰਗ देयर ਵੈਲਬੀਇੰਗ ਇਜ਼ ਗੁੱਡ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਾੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਰੀਡਿਫਾਈਨ ਦਾ ਜੀਡੀਪੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਹੈਪੀਨੈਸ ਨਾਲ ਲਿੰਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਥ ਨਾਲ ਲਿੰਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਅਦਰ ਨੋਰਮਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਿੰਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ 1 ਸਾਲ ਤੱਕ, ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ 1 ਸਾਲ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ 500 1000 ਬੰਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਪੈਲੇਸਿਸ ਬਣੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਉੱਲੀਆਂ ਲੱਗਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਘਟਣਾ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਖਰਚਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਘਟਣਾ ਹੈ, ਅਲਟੀਮੇਟਲੀ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਲਾਇਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਰਿਡਿਊਸ ਹੋਣਾ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਫ ਵਿਊ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਰੀਬੂਟਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦੀ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਪਲਾਇਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿਤੇ ਸਫਰ ਨਾ ਕਰੇ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ।
ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਪਲਾਇਰਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਕਸਟਮਰ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਇੰਪਲਾਈਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਤਾਂ 3% GDP ਨਾਲ ਗਰੋ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ our particular company should grow with the 20% or 15% or 30%, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਮਾੜੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨੋਰਮ ਬਣਾਉਣੇ ਪੈਣੇ ਆ, ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨੋਰਮ ਬਣਾਉਣੇ ਪੈਣੇ ਆ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ CSR ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੰਡ ਮਿਨੀਮਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੋ ਔਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਭਲਾਈ ਲਈ ਖਰਚ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵਧਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਰੀਓਰੀਐਂਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਹੁਣ, ਔਰ ਇਹ ਰੀਓਰੀਐਂਟ ਕੋਈ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਨਾਲ ਕੱਲਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਨੇ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ। ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਦੇਖੋ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਿੰਡ 'ਚ 1000 ਬੰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਣ, 100 ਕਾਮੇ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ 900 ਵਿਹਲੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ 900 100 ਜਿਉਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਸੋ ਦੇਰ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਏ ਸਿਵਲ ਵਾਰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਸਮਝੇ। ਸੋ ਇੰਪਲਾਇਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਮੇਕਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਓਰੀਐਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰੀਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਵਿਦ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋ ਵਰਕਰਸ, ਪ੍ਰੋ ਲੇਬਰਸ, ਪ੍ਰੋ ਅਨਇੰਪਲੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਪੀਪਲ। ਓਨਲੀ ਦੈਨ ਦਿਸ ਵਿਲ ਥਿੰਗ ਕਮਸ ਨਾਰਮਲ। ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ GDP ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਘਟ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਆਈ ਐਗਰੀ ਵਿਦ ਯੂ, ਨੋ ਡਾਊਟ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਪਾਲਿਸੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੌਪ ਸੀ, ਨਾਓ ਅਗੇਨ ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਲੌਪ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਪਾਲਿਸੀਜ਼। ਸੋ ਦੂਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਠੀਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਸੇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨਸ ਆਰ ਦਾ ਮਾਸਟਰ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਕੇ ਰਾਜਨੀਤੀ 'ਚ ਆਉਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕੀਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੱਲੇ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਂ, ਜੇ ਪੱਲੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਨਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ 1947 ਅਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਦਿਖਾਤੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਜੜ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਸਨ, ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੇਸ਼ 'ਚੋਂ ਉੱਜੜ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਸਰ, ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਲ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨਡ ਸਰ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
So, we will be ending this session with a vote of thanks from